A lot of authors and sales trainers talk about critical success factors related to selling, such as closing the sale and prospecting. And if you define selling by the ability to lead someone to a decision that's in line with what they truly want, well, arguably those skills are really important. But if you break selling down to its lowest common denominator, what we're really talking about is an exchange of perceived value. When the perceived value exceeds the cost of investment or the risk involved, more likely than not, a sale is going to take place. Whereas conversely, if the perception of value is lower than the perception of risk or what the investment's worth, no matter how badly the salesperson wants it, the sale's most likely not going to take place. In order to really identify value, what's required, especially in the sale of intangibles, is a conversation with a level of candor that allows deep discovery to take place. Deep discovery, not just into the what, but into the why. If you can identify what someone wants and why they truly want it, you can generate change talk. And change talk is not only the acknowledgement that a problem exists on the part of the prospect, but they also start to cultivate possible solutions that they can implement, which means they have a much higher level of emotional attachment and accountability to its resolution. So let's say you're coaching somebody through a sales process, and you've already identified exactly what problem exists, the implications of that problem, the consequences and pain that leaving that problem unsolved is causing within their life. And then a constraint comes up, which it most likely will, such as time or money, or they have to inquire and make this decision with somebody else, all of which is quite valid. One approach is reverse closing. If you've built rapport and trust, you can step into the role not of a salesperson but a coach and ask, let's assume you were having this conversation with somebody else from the other side of the table, and they told you that they had the same problem that you have, with the same implications, with the same consequences, the same area of pain that's ensuing from having this problem unsolved, and they brought up the same constraint that you just brought up. What advice would you give them? What possible solutions in coaching would you offer to allow them to resolve the same exact problem? I think this is a very respectful approach to closing a sale because it doesn't position somebody as a victim. You're holding the space. My belief is greater than your doubt in your ability to not only identify a constraint, but be a victor over circumstance rather than a victim of circumstance. And that's very important because your job as a salesperson is to give somebody the resources to be at their most resourceful in becoming the problem solver they are looking for.